Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sheena, and today we are going to do a message for a starseed. It's been a while since I've done this message, just haven't felt called to, but now I am, so we will get started. So, messages for the starseed. This is a timeless reading, but I am feeling a lot of emotion starting to rise up in people. Agitation, irritation, and there's a lot going on in the world. And so, with that being said, I felt compelled to bring forth a message. So, Spirit, Council of Light, yes. First card, we have Cleansing, Storm. With a clearing comes great change. And that's confirmed with the 2-3, which equals a 5. Yeah. It feels like we don't know where we're going with the evolution of life, because there's a lot of destruction that's happening around us. But if you look at the way that the lightning is hitting, it's kind of like, if you look at it from a different perspective, right? Like, first of all, you look at that and you can see, oh yeah, there's a cloud and there's lightning coming in, and it's creating this disruption in the air. Another way of looking at it is, what I'm seeing now is this sky just breaking open to allow the light to come through. It's all about perspective, is what I'm getting. And the emotions, I feel, is the key to that. Now, next card here is Darkness, Moon. Again, feeling like we don't know where we're going. But there's something interesting about being in the dark. I know for me, like, the Scorpio aspect of myself loves going deep and into the dark and into the unknown. And it feels like in that time of darkness, or that time of the unknown, it's a space of the in-between, of the unknown, but where it's silent if you allow it. And with that silence comes recognition, comes understanding, comes to some degree some form of enlightenment, clarity. The 7, spiritual growth. So it's about, at this time, embracing the unknown, allowing that unknown to bring you forward, because you'll be getting ideas, inspiration, understandings about things that are in your world that are supporting you and are not supporting you. You know, this is a time of allowing the cookie to crumble. Allowing the cookie to crumble. And with that, there's understanding. So you may feel like, you know, the fear, the uncertainty, the need to guard or protect oneself. But by filling yourself up emotionally, by giving yourself that love, that comfort, it will help to strengthen you and be able to see the different perspectives as to what's going on in your world, and bring you greater insight, hence the 7. Next card, we have Light, the Sun. Interesting, right? Like how we have the dark, the moon, the light, the sun. The balancing act between the light and the dark. Through that darkness, like, look at the interaction, like here, between what looks like the sun here, and then the sun here. Through the darkness, it's kind of like it's all meant to be what it is right now. Like there's a purpose, there's a higher perspective, there's a higher plan in place. It's about trusting and having faith and just kind of watching it unfold. Because as you watch it unfold, you'll start to see how the light comes in, how the clarity comes in, how it all just kind of molds into place, how spirit can actually work and create the magic and the miracles. You know, there's something to be said about being in the observer state, because you see beyond the possibilities of the mind. You actually get to see magic and miracles when you're not translating it through the brain. And I feel like that's kind of where it's taking you, Starseed. It's to a point of understanding a more grander scheme of things. See how the light is coming right through the clouds and the insecurity, the cloudiness, and moving in through the mind and just opening up. You know, for example, the negativity, the darkness in your world, the lower thought patterns in your world, and then just opening it up to greater possibilities and different ways of seeing the world. That's just one example of how that can play out. But I feel like for you, it's a time to really see spirit strut its stuff. To really see, and as I said that, my timer said 7:07. Spiritual growth, 0, which is the void, which to me represents spirit, the all that is. Okay, that infinite 0 point, and 7, spiritual growth. One final card. I know there's one. Something wants to come out. Cave, protection. Okay, let me just move that over. And you see with cave and protection, right? What is it, a 17? Look at that. You may be seeing 7s. That's a sign for you to remember this reading. And notice how she's holding her arms in the same protective position as this moon card. How does that feel to you? You know, it says protection, protection. And I feel like what it's saying is, yes, there are times, and even here with Earth, look at that. Her arms are folded, bottom of the deck. And then compared to right below that, ocean, how her arms are stretched out. There's still some you know, there are times in our lives where protection is good, where we need to go into the cave, to be in our protective nest, to allow ourselves to emerge. But it feels like this is your time to emerge, or it's coming to be. You have grown a very solid foundation, and there's not much for you to do as you emerge out of that shell, as you walk into your path, your world. It may not look exactly as you want it to be, and that's okay, because you still, number one, have planted the seeds. But just because it doesn't look the way you want it to look doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. And it's just as beautiful and magical as what you have intended for yourself. So it's like with the bottom of the deck here, be open to the possibilities that surround you. Be open to what's happening for you. Because it's like you've been in this guarded state for a while, and by just looking up and opening up your eyes, you'll see home. You'll see the pieces of the puzzles that you've been missing. You'll see the beauty that does surround you. You will see the ways, the ideas in which to get things done, certain things you've been wanting. The doors will start to open, in other words. Really, really nice. I feel like we're just going to add a couple more cards. We're going to do the Crystal Oracle cards. See what wants to come through. Amber, give it to God. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. The Amber. You'll start to feel that your fire will start to emerge again. You may have felt like lack of inspiration and just kind of like not really feeling like the drive to do stuff. And that's okay. It's because you've been in that state. There's been a lot of release work that you've been doing. But through this period of just looking up and looking around you, you'll start to regain that passion back. It's kind of like surrendering the old. Surrendering the old. And just looking up and allowing spirit to show you. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but that's kind of where we're at in our evolution. You know, like our minds have been wanting to do all the work, but it's kind of like we're at this point of our evolution where it's like, let spirit show you. Let Gaia show you what this world is truly about. Knock it off. Let us show you how it's truly done. Next card is the Fluorite. Natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive and lovable, inside and out. You know, and the one thing about the Fluorite crystal is they come in like different colors, I find. And it's kind of like your multi-dimensionality, your multifaceted starseed. And it's like, look up, look around you, start moving in the world. See how that old foundation is breaking down. There's no one way anymore. There's no straight line anymore. We are multifaceted beings. You are a multifaceted beings. And it's time now to express that. Your natural beauty and authenticity. Your multifaceted being and forms of creativity. Last card. Titanium Rainbow Quartz. It says, oh, look at that, multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. Now, not only am I getting like confirmation from what I had just spoke about, but it also, the piece about many layers and dimensions to the situations or person you're asking about. You know, they say there's no right and there's no wrong. And as you move up the vibrational level, as you see a bird's eye perspective on things, you realize that, you know, we are all one and we're all seeing life through a different perspective. You know what I mean? And as we see life through these different perspectives, does it make one right and the other one wrong? No, it's a perspective, right? Just like light and dark. but they're all just shades of, you know, gray, for example. And so that's where a lot of the guarding comes from, the whole protection aspect comes from. But when we start to see and start to look at life with more curiosity versus, you know, having boundaries and protection, more of curiosity, because my friend, you are already protected. You are already protected. Look at that. To me, it's like the hand of God, you know, the hand of the universe just supporting you. And you actually walk out into the world with that state of feeling secure. You can walk into the situations with that state of neutrality and see more clearly, that it's just perspective. That everyone has their own unique perspective that they have built and that they have grown from their own experiences and how they have walked through the world. And that, my friend, is called compassion and grace. There we go. Messages of grace. I think that's what we're going to call it. All right, my friend. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that message. Do give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if this resonates with you. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye.